Hey, what's up, guys? The regular guy reporting in today, and I have a few things to say. So, this is going to be a version of Real Talk. I dealt with some shit today, and I just wanted to get this out there. A few things that I've learned, that I've experienced over time with my relationships that involve depression, relationships that involved, physical abuse from another person, these things. And especially I want to talk about depression today, because that's a very big thing that I've dealt with, and it's created a lot of problems for a lot of people. So I want to explain some concepts that might help, some thought processes that might help with that. If you guys enjoy this video, the content that I'm spewing, my opinions, everything like that, share it, right? Because you are giving them a chance to better themselves, move forward, and understand a few key concepts that allow them to step away of being labeled with the fact that they have depression, right? Now, by no reason am I saying that depression does not exist. Absolutely not, because I know many people that have depression and deal with it on a daily basis, and anxiety comes along with that, right? And it fucking amps it up to the max. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I definitely want to get this out there. So first off, my first question is, why do people fight to label themselves with depression? If it is something that you physically don't like about yourself, why would you argue to say that you have depression? Okay? Now, the answer to that is, it's easier to settle with what people have been telling you. If you feel like crap, okay, and on a bad day or whatever, or you feel like crap for a month, people say, oh, you might have depression, you might have this, and you have anxiety, you have ADHD, you have ADD, you have this and that and whatever, and they label you, okay? You don't fight to be labeled, okay? Don't fight to accept that factor. Fight to make a difference within yourself, okay? First off, because, like, at the end of the day, this isn't something that is positive, right? You don't like this about yourself, so make the difference, right? And people say, oh, well, it's brain chemistry. It has to do with brain chemistry, right? And that may very well be, but I know that, everybody has the option to wake up in the morning and say, am I going to have a good day or am I going to have a shit day? Well, that's up to you, okay? When you get up in the morning, you can put a smile on your face. If you tell me that you can't put a smile on your face because you have depression, that's bullshit. That is a pile of bullshit. I'm sorry to say. And again, this is a session of real talk, so I'm not messing around here, okay? Now, I've dealt with people that are victims of, sexual abuse, right? And again, this is going back to all the hoops that I've been through in my life and all the shit that I've experienced. So, if you are a victim of sexual abuse, the person that committed the act is not taking anything away from you, okay? Now, a lot of people that I know that have experienced that situation, right, say that it's taking something away from them. It's taking their self-confidence. It's taking their self-worth. It's taking their ambitions. No. They're taking what you are giving them. What are you giving them? The answer should be nothing. You give them nothing. Okay? And I'm very serious about that. If you don't give anybody anything, your self-worth, your self-confidence, everything that you are as a person, then you're where you were before. Now, I understand, it takes time for recovery, I get that, but you know what, by no means should that affect your happiness for the rest of your life. You're here for a numbered amount of days, whether you like it or not, right? And you need to go out there and make those days count. Make those minutes count, I'm making this video so that people understand that you can go out, you can have fun. It is a choice, right? Whether you label yourself with depression or not is a choice. What people say about you means shit, right? And that all comes down to face value. What people say about you, what value is that to you, right? When people say something about me that I can determine, is this important to me, or is this something that I do not care about? Is this garbage, right? If someone says, like again, this goes back to schooling, right? With the learning difficulties that I've had, and stuff like that. People said I had ADD, I had ADHD, and all of that, and I couldn't learn correctly, and I had to take medication. No, I didn't need medication. Okay, I was lazy. I accept that, right? Now, I accept that I've dealt with abuse, and people with depression. I accept the fact that I've dealt with learning difficulties, and I accept the victory that I've achieved, right? By no means, do I say that, by no means do I accept defeat. I don't accept defeat. Defeat isn't in my, it's not in my vocabulary. It's not an option. Defeat is not an option, right? At the end of the day, you need to decide, right? Are you going to stand up and deal with the problems that you're faced with on a day-to-day basis, or are you just going to fucking do nothing about it and, let people keep wailing on you, right? You determine whether you're going to be positive, right? Depression, yeah, it may be a challenge that you're faced with, but are you gonna fucking deal with it or not? Right? You can go out there and be happy. I just spent an hour with a person that has clinical depression and is basically looking at having cancer for the rest of her life. And I told her, I said, all the more reason, to be thankful for the time that you have here now, right? There are people out there that don't have hands. They're gone. There are people out there that don't have legs. Be thankful that you have that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm incredibly thankful for what I have. I'm fucking lucky, right? In comparison to other people out there that don't have those things. But yeah, I'd be looking at it the same way. If I had cancer, if I had this, if I had that, these are incredibly, deadly things that literally put a very small number of days left on your lifespan, right? So you need to say, okay, well, this is how much time I have left. What is worth spending the last few moments that I have left? What is worth those special moments? Those moments are worth more than any currency. Any currency, any amount of money is nothing in comparison to that. When you have, say, 25 days left of your life, you're gonna do everything that you want to do in that time. You're gonna get it done because that's all you got. That's all you got. It's not a joke, right? So if you look at if you look at your whole life and you say, okay, well, this is the time that I have. This is what I want to do. Set a goal. Set your goals, okay, and meet them. Whatever it may be. It could be a small goal, like if you want to lose 10 pounds, go do it. Don't fuck around. Go get it done, because there are people out there that can't lose weight. They physically can't. And you're lucky enough to be able to do that. You're lucky enough to be able to do that. So, just be thankful. Be fucking thankful for what you got, man. A lot of people go through a lot of shit, but again, your experiences, they define you. You decide what defines you and creates your character, right? If you take those negative aspects and you say, okay, well, these negative aspects are who I am. Depression is who I am. Anxiety is who I am. It is everything that I am. Well, then you're going to be living with that bullshit. Do you like that bullshit? Do you love living with that? No, probably fucking not, right? So now you have the option to say, okay, well, let's make a change. Let's we need a difference because we don't like this. We don't like what we're experiencing, so let's make a difference, right? If you watch my video that says, why am I always happy? It says you you determine what you need based on what you don't like. If you don't like bullshit, move away from bullshit. It's as simple as that, If you don't like working that dead-end job, get into a career. Like, it's almost the inverse. You just do the inverse of what you don't like, right? If you don't like sitting out at home, go outside. If you don't like going outside, sit inside. At the end of the day, you do what you want to do, right? Unless you physically can't, in which case, I feel sorry for you. I really do. If you can't do it, I fucking wish you could. I wish. And you know what? If you can't do it, it is in our power to do everything that we can to do what you can't. Right? We should utilize our abilities to do the things that you can't, just in appreciation of the fact that we have that ability. If you're in a wheelchair and you can't walk, you best believe I'm fucking speed walking for your ass. Right? Because I need to double up. I need to make up for the fact that you can't. Right? I will walk to the places that you can't walk and send you pictures so that you can experience what you are physically not able to. Whatever it may be, in that case, like going up Mount Everest. Now, I'm not saying if you're in a wheelchair, you can't. You fucking can. You best believe. If you set your heart and your mind to going up Mount Everest in a wheelchair, you'll get it fucking done. And there's no doubt about it. Right? It's going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge. I'm not going to lie. But it is something that is possible, Like, there are people out there that are challenged with disability every day, and they make the change to be successful and move forward, accomplish their goals, and not allow disabilities or mental conditions to affect that, right? Now, like I said, you determine whether you want to accept being labeled. If people say you have depression, you get to determine, do I really have depression or do I not? Right? That's up to you. I believe that, and this is all my opinion, YouTube has given me a voice, right? To be able to put this information out there, and my opinion and everything like that, right? And I believe that you have the choice to determine whether or not you have depression in a lot of cases. Maybe in some cases you don't. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, okay? But I'm saying, with the people that I've dealt with, I spend an hour with them, and they smile, they laugh so hard they cry. And I asked them, I said, how much fun did you have today just in this hour? Like, just how much fun did you have in this hour in comparison to the rest of your day? And they'll say, I've had more fun during this day with you than I've had in the last month. And then I sit there, like I'm driving home alone, and I'm thinking, why is that? Why can't this person have as much fun as I do every day? It doesn't have to do with money. I do what I do without money. Like when I go to the Forks or anything like that, I'll slide around on the ice. Right? I'll go fall on my ass. I don't care. I don't care if people watch me. I'll go sit down with random people and say, hey, how's your evening going? I figured I'd sit down with you and ask you what you think of, say the performance at the Winnipeg Bombers game last night. What did you think of that? That was crazy, right? Just anything like that. Go out of your way. If you feel uncomfortable, being uncomfortable allows room for growth, right? If you want to grow, learn, and move forward, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, okay? Now, with anxiety, people are pushed against not doing that. They say, oh no, I have anxiety. I can't do that. That's not for me. I just got somebody that has incredible amount of anxiety to walk on a river that had cracked ice on it, and she thought I was nuts. But you know what? She did it because she was pushing herself to move forward. So when she was putting herself in an uncomfortable situation where her anxiety, was just going off. She was freaking out. But she ended up making it there. She realized it was fine, and then she came back. Right? By the way, guys, the ice was 2 feet thick. Okay? It wasn't it wasn't gonna break. So, I'm just saying, that's a more serious situation, I guess. Depending on you. If she fell in, I would have ripped her up because, all the way up back onto the ice because she's super light and I have the strength to do that. So it's not a worry. But this is what I'm saying. You have the option to to move forward, to grow, to learn, to achieve, and to aspire. Right? So do it. If you have the physical capabilities to do that, do it. We have a numbered amount of days. So, and again, that's a lot of my optimism. I wish I could sit down with a group of people that, have depression and just say, look, guys, do you fucking like being labeled as people with depression? Do you fucking like, people saying that you have anxiety? Do you accept the fact that people say this about you, right? And if so, why do you accept that factor? I could say I have depression and anxiety and just act differently. I could say, man, I'm so down all the time and my life sucks and, I have a learning disability. I can't learn anymore. It's not for me. I just can't do it. It just doesn't work for me. I have anxiety. I get nervous when I'm around a lot of people. It doesn't work for me. I can't. I'm uncomfortable. Fuck that shit. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, work through it so that the next time that you may have to talk to people or interact with people, it won't be so uncomfortable. You have to do shit you don't like sometimes. I have a dog and she shits in the yard. I have to clean up that shit. I don't like doing it, but I gotta do it. You know what? After doing it so many times, I realize, this is a part of life. All of a sudden, it's not that bad. You accept the fact that shit is shit, and you have to throw it away. So, what value does anxiety have to you? What value does depression have to you? What is the face value? Right? If someone told me, you're and I had this before, okay? If someone told me you're gay, I'd be like, so what? What if I am? That doesn't bother me. My sexuality, I'm confident enough in my sexuality that someone could not come up to me and tell me I'm gay and it would damage my self-esteem. I'd be like, yeah, whatever you say. I don't care if you think I'm gay. It doesn't matter. I know what I like. You can't change that. Nobody can change that except for me. I have that power to say, I know what I like. And if you think you're going to make me upset, you're fucking wrong. And that's it. So everybody out there that's having a shit day, or it's having a rough time, broke up in a relationship, or, miss somebody that you love, take the time to make a difference. Is it really that bad? Or did a door just open to another opportunity that's better than the one that you just had? Right? That's what it comes down to. What's important to you, right? What other people think of you is nothing. It means zero, zilch, nada, fuck that, right? What matters to you, and that's it, And that's a huge deal. That boosts your confidence. You want higher levels of confidence? There it is. A lot of people apply makeup for confidence because they feel that their appearance makes them feel better about themselves. Right? Hey, that works for them. Everybody's different, okay? But to me, appearance is just another one of those things. I am who I am. I accept who I am. And I'm happy with that. I don't care. People can say that I'm ugly as shit, but I know I look good. I think I look good. So I accept that, you know? Whether I look like a fucking donkey or not is up to other people. But I know what I look like, and I know I like what I look like, so that's it. It's done. Right? And that goes with anything. It really does. So, I don't know. I mean, again, if you're a victim of sexual abuse, they are only going to take what you're going to put out. If you're going to give away your self-confidence and your self-worth, they're going to take it. You better fucking believe. Okay? So you got to realize that you're not giving them nothing. Nothing. And you and you report that shit. Go write it up. Go send it in. Get it filed. Get them down into the fucking slammer, because that's where they belong. They're pieces of shit. Right? Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Nobody on this earth. Okay? And realize what you're giving. Okay? Because if you're giving it, stop. Take it back. And provide nothing, because they don't deserve it. Do they deserve to take your self-confidence, your self-worth? Fuck no. Nobody does. Nobody does. And I'll fight that till the day I die. Okay? Why do people... yeah, same thing with depression. Don't fight to be labeled. Don't fight to be labeled with depression. Don't fight to be labeled with anxiety. You know, you're going to be uncomfortable. Maybe you're going to feel uncomfortable more than others. But at the end of the day, push through it. Push through it. Because that's how you make a difference within yourself. You have to fight to make a difference within yourself. I feel that way. I feel that motivation and willpower can change a lot of that. A lot of the bullshit negative outcomes that you encounter throughout your life can be changed with motivation and willpower. You know, and accept your experiences. Accept what has happened to you. You know, I've dealt with bad relationships. I've dealt with abuse. I've dealt with, like not only physical abuse, but verbal abuse and people with anxiety, people that are suicidal. I've dealt with those things, but you have to accept those experiences. I accept that I've experienced that shit, and I accept the fact that I've dealt with those things, and I've accepted that that's a part of my character. I want to, help people that have those issues, right? And I mean, if I can do that by making this video and putting it out there so that you guys can share it to people that have these problems, absolutely I'm gonna do that. If I can change one person's life, this video is fucking worth it. I don't care how many people hate it. I don't care how many people, comment to me and report me to YouTube or whatever. Be as angry as you want, because at the end of the day, I'm helping, somebody out there, right? That one person that takes my words and says, hey, you know what? Like, he's right. I've experienced a lot of bullshit, but you know what? It's not going to get me down, because at the end of the day, I determine whether or not that bullshit is going to define me, right? You determine it. You determine it. Nobody else, right? So... that's my session of real talk. Okay, guys, I'm done on sexual abuse, depression, and your character and all of that. I've dealt with it a lot, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people saying, I can't do that because I have anxiety. I can't do that because I have depression. I can't be happy because I have depression. No, fuck you. You can be happy. You have to decide if you want to be happy. That's a decision you make. That's a choice you make. Nobody... Okay? So, I don't know. If you accept that opinion, that's up to you. I'm telling you guys that, from my outlook and from the happy person that I am, the happy, loving, giving person that I am, that you decide. You decide if you want to be happy, or you decide if you want to be upset and depressed and negative all the time. Right? It's all a matter of perception. So, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? That's up to you. So make your call and make a difference. Take care, guys, and as always, stay regular.